Oh, alright. Stop. Alright. 6 people, fingers, hands in. I'm just gonna go and we'll go from there. That's something. Have you ever thought about how confusing the American system of measurement is? Americans have to remember that there are 12 inches in a foot, 3 feet in a yard, 16 ounces in a pound, and 5,280 feet in a mile. These are really complicated, and most countries have chosen the alternative metric system, where everything is based on units of 10. I believe the United States should switch to the metric system because it is easier to understand. This would also improve business and communication with other countries. It would benefit future generations. Today, I will explain why the current system is hard to use, how we can switch the system, and why it's a good idea. The reason the United States should switch to the metric system is that it's simpler. Our current system is hard to understand, and we have to memorize a lot of different numbers and formulas for our current measurements. The metric system is based on tens, which is easier to convert. For example, 1,000 meters is equal to 1 kilometer, and 100 centimeters is in 1 meter. If we use this system, students and scientists will spend less time converting our measurements, I would know from chemistry. They can focus on their work. A simpler system makes learning easier, reduces mistakes, and would be easier to communicate with other countries. Using this system would cause some problems, but if we integrate the system efficiently, there wouldn't be as many. The United States would be more competitive in the world economy, and the metric system would be easier to communicate with other countries. Some people believe switching the system would be hard, but if we do it gradually, it would not. We do not have to immediately switch. One thing we can do is put both measurement systems in use. The American measurement system on products and road signs and the metric system would gradually integrate the metric system. This way, Americans can get used to kilometers, kilograms, and liters, and we can still use measurements that we're used to. Another thing we can do is teach students in the system, in early school system. If we teach them early in school systems, it would be easier to learn rather than introducing it later in high school like I was. This way, they will grow up using it and it will be easier for them. Other countries like Canada, Australia have already switched to the metric system. They show that this is possible and we can change over the system. The reason the United States should switch to the metric system is it has many long-term benefits. Learning a system may take some time, but it will be worth it for future generations will benefit from this. Science, medicine, and engineering already use the metric system. And a reinforcement for switching to the system is that in 1999, NASA lost their Mars Climate Orbiter simply because a wrong unit of measurement was used. If everyone uses measurements, this failure would have never happened. If we adopt this system and be consistent like other countries, it will become easier to trade and communicate with them as well. Although it may take some time, the benefits will outweigh the drawbacks. In conclusion, the United States should switch to the metric system because it will improve communication with other countries and have long-term benefits. We can gradually switch over and not just abruptly swap. It may seem hard to learn a system, but it will be worth it. The metric system will make our lives easier and more connected. By switching to the system, the United States can create a better future, 1 inch at a time. Yay!